He didn't care. He was going to hit me. Bam! I waited until he was about 10 yards in front of me, and I put a 30-30 bullet right in the back of his head, and he, bam! Held tight under a pressure situation. Here we go. You got somebody right there? That's somebody was trying to get us. Look at the bunch of chicken shits. Came after me and my mule. I had time to get off and shoot him, but I shot it at as it was running at us right there. I mean, it was coming after him. Look at those bottom guys. Bad news. Bad news. There's a little hole. That's not because she's the toughest, that's because she's the slowest and couldn't get out of the way. Although she's sitting back here booger barking at him. I don't see any other marks in him. Pig, come here, let me look at you. You okay? No marks in you? Come on, Pig, come here. You okay, Jazz? No marks in you, P? You alright? Today I left, got a late start, didn't get out of here until, I don't know, 9:30. I got a game camera up there on a good trail. I just wanted to go up there and check it. And so we rode out here. I was riding my mule, and I had, just the dogs that'll run lions. We took off and went up through there, and I don't know, it's probably a good 2.5 hour ride up there. And I was checking the game camera, and it takes a little while, to get the SD card out and everything. I got a reader, you got to put it in your phone and download the pictures and everything. And gosh darn it, those dogs got off on this ridge, real good spot. Man, they started opening up. Boy, they were trailing just right, just like it's a lion. I listened to them, and they were going over the mountain, so I went back out and went over too, and I'll be danged. I got down there, and one dog came back to me, Sissy, and that bothered me because, she'll trail a lion, but she's pretty much broke. And gosh darn, there was a Javelina came after us, and I thought he was going to get me. And he ran between at the dog, and the dog got under the mule. I was on foot, but I was leading the mule, and the dog got underneath the mule, and the Javelina came by us, and I threw my arms up at him, hollered at him, and then boom, here he come back again. I hollered at him. He went up there and he just stood looking at us. So I just took out my gun and I shot over him, and scared him off, and he took off. Not a problem. We got, some of the dogs came back, and I got probably about 200 yards down the trail, and that sucker came back after us again. And I jumped off my mule and started hollering at him and kicking up dirt at him. And he ran right at me and just barely missed me. And then what he's doing is trying to get to the dogs, and the dogs had come close to me, and he ran, and he would not leave. I took a stick and I got the stick at him and waved at him, and he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't quit. And I've had him, bluff charge me a lot before, especially with dogs. You get after them and holler them, they take off. But god damn, he wouldn't quit. He came out, and I finally, my mule was getting scared, and the dogs were all huddling underneath me. And I said, that's enough. And I got my 30-30 out of the scabbard, stepped around in front of my mule, and here he came. He was running right at me. He didn't care. He was going to hit me. Bam! I waited until he was about 10 yards in front of me, and I put a 30-30 bullet right in the back of his head, and he, bam! Well, I say the back of his head. I think I broke his back. But he hit the ground right there. And he was a big, not a big boar, but, he was a boar. Nasty little puke, but he's dead now. Got some pictures on the game camera I'll show you. No lions, no bears this time. I don't know where the bears went to. They're somewhere. Find one, you're probably going to find a whole bunch of them. That's it. See ya.
I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all. Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. Lord, now indeed I find thy power in thine alone can change the leper's spots and melt the heart of stone. Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow.